Hello, hello, hello! If you agree that solitary confinement is torture and you want to do something about it, this video is just for you. We've got some good news to share and some knowledge to drop. Let's start with the good news.
Less than 2 months ago, AB 280, also known as the California Mandela Act, passed the California State Assembly with the supermajority vote. And last week, it made it through the Senate Public Safety Committee.
What is the Mandela Act, you ask? The Mandela Act is the bill that addresses an extremely important human rights issue, one that California is woefully behind on: solitary confinement.
AB 280 would ban solitary confinement for special populations, such as pregnant people, the elderly, and people with certain disabilities. It would limit solitary confinement to 15 days and provide clear definition of the practice and require public record keeping and transparency.
Right. So where were we? Yes. AB 280 passed the Assembly with a supermajority. But what does that actually mean? It's time for today's knowledge drop. How a bill becomes a law in California.
Do you have a great idea for a law? The first step is to turn your idea into a bill and find a member of the state legislature to author and sponsor your bill. This could be a state senator or an assembly person and should be someone who believes in your cause. They will introduce the bill to their chamber, either the Assembly or the Senate. This year, for example, the Mandela Act was introduced by Assemblymember Chris Holden, along with many other co-authoring legislators.
Once a bill has been introduced, its first hurdle to overcome is a committee which will debate and review the bill. There are many committees for bills on different topics. AB 280 went to the Committee on Public Safety and then to the Appropriations Committee. Committees hold public hearings on bills, which are a chance for you to speak up for or against the bill. Then the committee votes.
If the bill passes the committee vote, then it's time for the big leagues. A floor vote. A floor vote is when the entire chamber, either the Assembly or the Senate, wherever it was introduced, votes on the bill. The Mandela Act passed its floor vote in the Assembly in late May 2023, which means it's about halfway there. So, what's next?
The bill then gets sent to the other chamber. For AB 280, that means getting sent to the Senate. Once again, the bill goes to a committee.
If it passes the committee in the other chamber, then it's time for the second floor vote. If AB 280 makes it that far, which it better because solitary confinement is literally torture, that will mean a vote in the entire California Senate.
If the bill passes this vote, then that's it, right? Nope. One more crucial step to go, getting to the governor's signature. Unless the bill passes both houses with a supermajority, which means at least 2/3 of the vote in favor, the bill needs the governor's signature, which the governor has 12 days to provide once a bill is at his desk.
Once a bill has supermajorities and or the governor's signature, then guess what? The bill becomes a law. Woo-woo.
That means we're getting close on the Mandela Act. All we need now is for it to pass the Senate floor vote. And if it does so with the supermajority, then we won't even need Newsom's signature for it to become a law. If it passes with a simple majority, then the last step will be to get his autograph.
And that's a wrap. Oh, and one more thing before you go. July 18th is Nelson Mandela Day. Nelson Mandela was incarcerated for nearly 3 decades as retaliation for his anti-apartheid organizing. While in prison, he was subjected to solitary confinement several times, which he described as the most forbidding aspect of prison life. In the state of California, people continue to be tortured by this unconscionable practice of solitary confinement. The California Mandela Act addresses this issue. You can take action right now by emailing members of our state legislature and calling on them to support the Mandela Act. Go to bit.ly/AB280 to take action now.